This is the Milo Beasley Show. This is the Milo Beasley Show. There's only one thing you need to know. This is the Milo Beasley Show. And now, here's your host, Milo Beasley.
Are we on?
All right, we are now. And welcome to the Milo Beasley Show. Hanging out here at, what is this?
River City Wrestling.
River City Wrestling Con in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Episode number 263. My guest this week, Rebel. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Yeah, like we're hanging out here. I'm not a big Jacksonville. Have you been to Jacksonville before?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only been here like once or twice. There was a football game I went to like a bowl game at the stadium like next door.
Yeah?
And I've wrestled here a couple times, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've never wrestled here, and I've never been to a football game here, but I plan to.
Yeah. So you have participated in some football games in the past.
Yes, I have.
Yes, as a cheerleader, right?
As a cheerleader and a football player.
And a football player, that's
I
right.
used to cheer for the Dallas Cowboys, and then I got tired of cheering on the sidelines, and I went on to play full contact tackle football for what is now called the Legends Football League.
Football League.
Yeah, I played middle linebacker, so...
Who hits harder? The women of the LFL, right? Is that right?
LFL,
LFL. Or independent wrestlers?
Well, I guess that depends on the wrestler and depends on the football player, but the hits, like, if you were to ever get speared or tackled by Rosemary, that's probably number one.
Okay.
Number one pain.
So if you could put together an LFL team of professional wrestlers, do you think you could do that?
Totally.
Who would you like to see on the field?
As wrestlers, as football players?
Yes.
I would definitely have Rosemary on my team.
Okay.
I would have Havoc on my team.
Okay.
I would have... excuse us. Did I just speak you into fruition?
Yeah.
Are you speaking about us behind our back?
Will you be on my football team?
What on earth is football?
Well, it's kind of like wrestling, but on grass.
Yeah, and you throw a
And there's a ball involved.
and then there's some kicking involved. Oh, you would be awesome at the kicking.
You play it with your feet then?
Well, and your hands. Mostly
More
your
so
hands.
running, hands, and
Why
tackling.
isn't it called handball?
That's a
Wow,
That's a
that
great
is really a good question.
That's a great.
How did it evolve? How did football evolve into football when it's mostly hands?
But there's a sport called handball.
Is there?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
play that with your feet?
No, I believe you do.
She's onto something.
She is onto something.
But now we're stumbled.
But there is football, which is soccer, but then there's American football, which is not football. It's actually played with a pigskin.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Leave it to the
actually no
Americans
wonder
to
you
screw
mortals
it up.
don't know up from down or left from right. When you're calling football like something you play with your hands and handball is something you play with your feet.
We messed it up.
And we play with it's pigskin, so it's like leather from pig's hide.
Do you eat the pig
Yes.
first?
Yeah.
And then throw its skin around?
During. Yes. I mean, you want to make use of the entire animal,
Not just the meat suit.
not just the meat. I have a feeling you're a bigger fan of the meat than of the skin.
We'll participate in that part.
Okay. All
But
right.
not during the game.
No, if no way.
You can't eat it during
Well,
the
how are you
game.
supposed to play a game when your belly's full of pig?
Right. So, winner of the pigskin gets the pig meat. How about that?
Oh, so you don't eat it beforehand?
Yeah. Well, you could, but you wouldn't want to be hit and tackled with a full stomach. So if you won, to the victor go the spoils.
You know, we'll just go hunt our own pig. It's all.
I'm starting to get confused.
And I am confused. That's what Rosemary does. She confuses you, and then she beats you.
That's how she
After
plays
she-
those mental games.
After she hits you really hard.
See why I want her on my team?
Absolutely. Who would be your quarterback? Ricky Steamboat is over there right now.
I would be the quarterback.
You would be the quarterback.
Uh.
All right. So who else? So we have Rosemary, J-Hab.
Now, how many people do I get?
How many is on the team? Is there 7?
Well, there were 7 when we played LFL.
Right.
I would take a Britt Baker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you were to damage your teeth in the middle of the game, she could fix them.
Yes.
Perfect.
Absolutely. I'm like, who else do I want on my team?
Let's see. What's her name? I'm drawing a blank. She's actually from here in Jacksonville. Nick Aldis's girl. Why am I drawing a
Mickey
blank?
James.
Well, Mickey James as well. She would be good. I'm drawing a blank, and this is really, really bad for the television. But she played with the LFL as well.
Yeah, she was after me.
Yeah, she was after you.
Yeah.
So you were like the OG.
I'm the OG.
Or the OL.
All right.
The original legend.
Yeah.
That would actually be cheerleader Melissa. We're getting really off hand.
Well,
I do
okay.
want to talk about. What I do want to talk about. Oh, there's a countdown. I hope it's not for us. Is there going to be pyro? Is there pyro? Oh, no pyro. So I want to talk about your trip. You went to Japan to wrestle with Stardom.
Yes.
How was that?
Man, Japan was freaking awesome. I not only grew as a human being, but I grew up as a wrestler, and it is an experience that I'll take with me forever. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to do that. I was there for 2 months and trained in there with the girls every day, and just wouldn't take that back for the world.
Did you learn any Japanese?
I did, but it's been a while since I've spoken.
Oh.
But I know Gaminasai.
Okay.
I think that's I'm sorry.
Did you say
You
that
gotta
a lot?
say that a lot.
You gotta say that a lot?
Gaminasai.
Did they teach you like all the dirty words though?
They did, but I've forgotten it all.
Did you get a chance to do anything touristy while you were over there? Did you hit up like
Yes.
Tokyo Disneyland or?
No,
like...
I went to Harajuku.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting scared. I've been put on the spot and I'm getting
the
scared.
Harajuku girls with like Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, but there's a whole there's the whole area, right?
Yeah.
I went there, which was really cool. I saw some temples which were really cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I got to wrestle at Kurokian Hall. Yeah.
Yeah. That
I
place
feel
is
like
amazing.
I got to see some New Japan live.
You had to see some New Japan?
Yeah, to be there live is freaking cool.
Yeah. My very first match over there was at Kurokian Hall, and it was super nerve-wracking. I was like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
this is where I'm going to make my debut. I was like, cool, let me just mess up in front of everybody.
Did you?
No. Yeah, that was where my first match in Japan was at Kurokian Hall.
And you made it your debut that was there in Kurokian Hall. That's
my
awesome.
Japanese debut was there, yeah. So
I feel like
it was
mine was too in Japan.
It was super nerve-wracking.
It was the Stardom Cinderella Ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you
we have something in common.
You got to wrestle Toni Storm there as well.
Yes, that was my first match.
That was and she's doing something, right? I think she's doing
Yeah, she's at NXT UK.
Oh yeah, she's doing a little here and there. She's doing some
she's awesome.
bookings, I don't know. So language barrier. Was it tough wrestling the Japanese with the language barrier?
Yes. I ain't gonna lie. Yes.
My favorite thing when talking to Japanese wrestlers, this is gonna sound really bad if you're just watching this, it's gonna sound really bad. But the first word you always say before a move is maybe. Maybe
Okay, thank you. Maybe I think. Maybe. How about?
And it's gonna sound really bad because you're like, God, you're just like speaking like broken English. But no, maybe I are the first words you say before a move. It is crazy, right? Like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just me, but everyone who I talked to was like, no, that's just common.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
A thing we like to do here on the Milo Beasley Show is called the Top 5. I'm going to ask you a random question.
Okay. I like random.
Okay. So, we're here at River City Wrestling Con.
Okay.
So, doing some of these conventions, doing other wrestling shows. Top 5 fangirl moments where you've seen somebody and been like, oh my God, that's blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, that's blah, blah, blah. No? You're not?
I don't get that way.
Okay. Then I got another one for you.
Okay.
Top 5 road trip songs. The ones that you're turning up to 11 and blasting.
Okay. So this is how I do it. Because I have a dance background.
Okay.
I love all genres of music.
Okay.
So I get into like themes. So it depends on where our road trip is going. What is it going to?
Okay.
So then I play music that's like gets me in the mood for whatever that theme is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have like a top 5, like a go-to? or is it usually just change every time?
I can tell you this, my not a go-to song. Like I'm like, hey guys, this is a must road trip song, but one that always gets me in the mood is AC/DC "Shook Me All Night Long."
Okay.
You can't ever go wrong with that. My go-to karaoke song is "I Love Rock and Roll" by Joan Jett. A current one right now is I'm really into Sam Smith's "Dancing with a Stranger."
I don't even know if I know who that is.
Sam Smith?
Yeah. Should I know who that is?
Oh my gosh, you gotta know what
I'm gonna go.
top 40 stuff is.
No,
Pop,
I'm
yeah.
like punk rock, like metal.
Well, I like that stuff too, but I'm just saying you should know your genre.
All right.
You
I
should
know. "Sucker" by the Jonas Brothers.
Okay, there you go. So I gave you rock, and I
Yep.
gave you another rock, and then I gave you a pop.
Yeah.
There.
So before we wrap up, where can folks find you on the social medias?
Yes, Instagram and Twitter at Rebel Tanea. So REBEL Tanea, TANEA. Rebel Tanea.
All right.
You can find out where I'm going to be next and where I'm not.
And of course, if you don't already follow me, please do so at The Wrestling Bum across all social medias. Anything else before we?
I added exclamation points for you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have that. Like, how many?
Just you need two. That's
Okay,
all.
cool. All right. So anything else before we wrap up here?
Hey, thank you all for watching. Check him out, check me out, and come support the rebellion. Mwah.
You know, even weirder is when I played George Washington after I did Brad Majors in Rocky Horror. You know, I don't know how they would ever have given me the job as George Washington if anybody involved in that production had ever seen Rocky Horror.
Never seen Rocky.
You know, but they did, thank God.